Good morning, beloveds. I have learned a new function on my phone. Apparently, I can pin apps to the face of it. And so I've got a little pin on that I keep moving around on my phone so that I can make my phone do what I need it to do. All right. It is October 3rd. It is going to be a long day. We have a not a guest speaker. It's Danielle. she's one of us. But Jesse spent the weekend teaching, and so Danielle said, "You should get somebody to do it for you." And Jesse looked at her and she went, "Fine, I'll do it." Not that David or I couldn't have done it, but I have another obligation later tonight or tomorrow, and David was in Jesse's class with him, and it was done on the East Coast, so it was done on Pacific time, and so they were up late. We also have a celebration of life today, and it's for a husband and wife. It's for a husband and wife that touched literally everybody in the center, one way or another. And so it's gonna be an experience. And then I have to get on an airplane, and I will land in Louisville around 9:30, which is 8:30 my time because they're on Eastern time. Tom is not going with me. He is going to stay here because we have an elderly cat who we can't leave him for, not even 48 hours, because I'm literally going to be gone for, 48 hours. We can't leave him for that long. We just can't. So Tom is not coming. And I'm going to do my Aunt Mary's celebration of life. It's not a memorial. It's not a funeral. She straight up said she didn't want that. It is going to be a celebration of her life. It is going to be a touch to remind us that while she may not be here anymore, we still carry her with us. And I'm also of that age where I don't see my family very often, and so any excuse to get together, i.e. weddings and funerals, here I am. So, sometimes it's hard to live halfway across the country from your family. And some family, you're glad to live halfway across the country. I've always gotten along very well with my mother's family. My father's family is a different story. But that's a story for another day. What the story for today is, I was updating the YouTube channel last night, so my bookmark is in the wrong place. I got almost a month behind, so I'm now only a week behind. All right, October 3rd. Yes, October 3rd. Our title is, I Do Not Labor. I Work for the Glory of God and the Good of my Fellow Man. And our quote is, Come unto me, all ye that labor and are heavily laden, and I will give you rest. For my yoke is easy and my burden is light. And that is Matthew 11:28-30. Today, as metaphysicians, we should be clear in our thoughts as to the difference between labor and work. The word labor implies drudgery, while the word work implies creative activity producing a just and fair profit for all concerned. We are co-workers with God, co-workers with a mind that knows exactly what to do and how to do it. If we cooperate with the indwelling presence of this universal God mind, it makes our routine activities creative and joyous experiences. If we condemn our jobs, our employers, and our fellow workers, the law of cause and effect can only make our tasks heavier. Jesus said to those that disliked their employment that there was a way of working that was easy and a burden that was light. He told them to come unto his way of thinking and assured them that through this new and creative approach, a healthy change would take place in their business world. My work in life is to express God and his ideas. I do this joyously and lovingly in my home, my business, and all my other activities. I have faith that the life, love, and intelligence of spirit sustains me at every instant. Therefore, I cannot be tired, exhausted, or fatigued, for within me is the sustaining power of the unlimited mind. I work with ease, with accuracy, and with order. I know that through me, God is giving something unusual and valuable into the world. I now release his mind into the activities of this day. I dedicate and consecrate my thoughts and feelings to the love of God, the life of God, and the perfect action of infinite mind. All right, so you've heard that if you love what you do, you'll never work a day in your life. And that's not exactly true. But it is actually really close. It is really close. Because I do love what I do. Both to pay my mortgage and just in general. I work in a health food store to pay my mortgage, which is a ministry in and of itself. And most days it is a creative, joyous activity because what I am doing is seeking to help people support their health, seeking to help people live the life that they want to live. And I love it. And there are activities that go along with it that, while may not, you still have to do inventory, you still have to clean the shelves. Even those, because they're done regularly, routinely, they're not a heavy burden. If we left it for a while, they'd be a heavy burden. So, most days. I mean, there are always days. And I will honestly tell you, those days that are where I labor, those days where I work, actually do really come down to the people that I encounter. There are people who just come in and they want to make everybody around them miserable, and those days are work. It's not the people who need help, the people who come in because they are struggling. They're not the ones that make it work. It's the people who come in and they're unhappy and they want everybody to be unhappy around them. And that really probably is a large degree of what this is talking about. When you do your work with a joyous attitude, a good attitude, a happy attitude, when you do it with service, then it's creative and fulfilling and authentic. And when people that you serve are pleased to receive what you serve, then again, it's a joy. And then you encounter people who wear that heavy yoke and they want everybody to wear the same heavy yoke. They do. They make it hard. And religion has done the same thing. Religion has done the same thing. So if we go back to that quote, okay, so our title is, I do not labor, I work for the glory of God and the good of my fellow man. Okay? So that's what I'm talking about, being of service, what I do in my mortgage paying job is a ministry. Because I work to serve my fellow human. I work to support them living their best life. And so when we go back to Matthew, come unto me, all ye that labor and are heavily laden, and I will give you rest. For my yoke is easy and my burden is light. All right, so that's Jesus. And what Jesus is telling us is that God is love. And if we treat God as love, and we act in love, and we treat our fellow human in love, and our fellow human treats us in love, then the yoke is easy and the burden is light. because we're all working for what's best. We're working for what's best for each other. And no job is unimportant. No job is unimportant. No work is unimportant. No labor is unimportant. And it really does come down to the attitude with which we do it and the attitude with which we are treated while we are doing it. Because you can have the best job in the world, but if the people that you are serving do not treat you well, do not treat you with love, then it's still going to be a burden. It's still going to be a burden. So it really does come down to the idea of serving in love, and being served in love. So when we give and we receive, we do it in love. And then we no longer labor, then our work is a creative endeavor, and then the people that we are serving know that we are doing it out of love, and they are receiving it in that same attitude of love. So today, as metaphysicians, we should be clear in our thought as the difference between labor and work. And I really like that he does this. The word labor implies drudgery, while the word work implies creative activity producing a just and fair profit for all concerned. Labor is drudgery, and that really can come down to attitude. Now, there is hard work out there. There is hard work out there. But if you enjoy what you are doing and you believe what you are doing is of value, then hard work is still not labor. And if you hate what you're doing, even if it's the easiest thing in the world, it's still going to be drudgery. It's still going to be labor. So work implies a creative activity, meaning we are aligned with the qualities of God in whatever it is that we're doing. We are aligned with the qualities of God, and we are producing something, or producing for a just and fair profit, meaning that everybody gets a fair share of the work that we do. For all concerned. So creative activity producing a just and fair profit for everybody concerned. We are co-workers with God. Okay? Not laborers of God. We are co-workers of God. We work with God because God expresses through us. Co-workers with the mind that knows exactly what to do and how to do it. And here's the amazing thing about working with God is God doesn't micromanage. God doesn't stand over our shoulder and say, you're doing it wrong. God doesn't stand over our shoulder and say, you have to do it this way. But if we go to that place within us and meet God and say, I don't know what's going on, I don't know what to do, then God will tell us. Now, sometimes it comes right out. It's like, here is a 5-step action plan. This is how you will do this. And sometimes it comes in hints. And it really does come down to, are we amenable to hints, or do we need a 5-step action plan? I'm good with hints. I'm not the 5-step action plan. I never have been. One of the things that catches me frequently is the fact that I don't like to make plans. And sometimes you have to make plans. So God is like the ultimate coworker because God will meet you how you are. If you need that 5-step action plan and you go to God and you say, I need a 5-step action plan, then God will bring you a 5-step action plan. But if you are doing your thing and occasionally you need a hint and you go, okay, God, I need a hint now, God will give you that. So God is like that ultimate coworker that is just going to give you exactly what you need when you need it, if you are willing to ask. And then you have to be willing to accept the information when God provides it. So just, You're like, you don't have to hit me with a spiritual 2x4, but occasionally you do. And God will do that. If we cooperate with the indwelling presence of this universal God mind, it makes our routine activities creative and our creative and joyous experiences. And so that goes back to the old joke of what do you do before enlightenment? You chop wood and carry water. What do you do after enlightenment? You chop wood and carry water, but you do it with a lighter heart. You do it with a lighter heart because you know that what you are doing has value and you can see the end product in mind. It's like, this is what I'm working towards. This is what I'm working towards. Which then you can do it creatively. I keep seeing the bucket where the farmer would carry 2 buckets to get water and one of them leaked. And the bucket apologized for being a leaky bucket. And the farmer took the bucket along and showed the path of verdant green and flowers and what have you. And the farmer said, if you didn't leak, then this wouldn't be here. So, don't apologize for not performing exactly the way you think you should, because it's called a side benefit. It's called a side benefit. If we condemn our jobs, our employers, and our fellow workers, the law of cause and effect can only make our tasks heavier. So, and if you're doing that, then maybe what you're doing isn't what sets your soul on fire. And maybe you can make a change. Or sometimes, and it happens, the only thing we can do is change our attitude. And Reverend Jesse talks about this on it. If you're looking for a job, if you're looking for a new job, then love the job you're in. Change your attitude. And then that new job that really does set your soul on fire will come to you. But if you're hating what you're doing, you're not going to see the opportunities that could easily turn the job that you hate into the job that you love, or something else will crop up. Jesus said to those who disliked their employment that there was a way of working that was easy and a burden that was light. He told them to come unto his way of thinking. His way of thinking. He didn't even necessarily say you have to change your job. You have to change the way you're thinking about your job. And assured them that through this new and creative approach, a healthy change would take place in their business world. We literally say, change your thinking, change your mind. Or change your thinking, change your life. The reason being because sometimes it is simply a mental flip or a mental click that makes things make sense. And then you don't hate them as much because you understand what's going on here. And when you understand what's going on, everything lightens up. And when everything lightens up and you lighten up, new opportunities open up. All right. My work in life is to express God and God's ideas. I do this joyously and lovingly in my home, my business, and in all my other activities. I have faith that the life, love, and intelligence of spirit sustain me at every instant. Therefore, I cannot be tired, exhausted, or fatigued. I cannot be tired, exhausted, or fatigued, for within me is the sustaining power of the unlimited mind, because I can plug into an inexhaustible source of power all the time, anytime. There's no time that power gets turned off. No time. I'm the one that unplugs from it. So when I am tired, when I am exhausted, when I am fatigued, my responsibility is to go plug in. And that is part of the purpose of spiritual practice. It is literally about plugging into that inexhaustible source of power. So it is always flowing. And then occasionally what we need to do is turn the flow up. Maybe your faucet is running too low. All right. I work with ease, with accuracy, and with order. I know that through me, God is giving something unusual and valuable into the world. We all want to feel like we're making a difference. So then that goes back to the starfish story, where somebody's walking along the beach and throwing starfish into the ocean. And somebody else says, why are you doing that? You can't save them all. But I made a world of difference to that one starfish. That's what we want. We all want to make a difference. And frequently we are unaware of the differences that we make. We don't see the end results. So we have to believe and know that we're doing it. I now release God's mind into the activities of this day. I dedicate and consecrate my thoughts and feelings to the love of God, the life of God, and the perfect action of the infinite mind. And remember, the perfect action of the infinite mind is whole. It's all included. So there's nothing left out. All right. Ooh, the mission for today. Should we choose to accept it? Because there is a whole lot in here. The mission for today, should we choose to accept it, is to cooperate with the indwelling presence. To cooperate with the indwelling presence. What does that mean? It means align yourself. Align yourself with the qualities of God, with the creativity, the love, the joy, the harmony, the peace. And bring that with you into any and all work that you do. When you are that island of calm in a chaotic workplace, and you intentionally keep that calm, then the calm has a way of spreading, and the chaos has a way of diminishing, simply by you aligning with the qualities of God. You know who you are. You know that you are a beloved child of God, in whom God is well pleased. And when you can know that about all of the people around you, the people that you work with, the people that you work for, the people that you serve while you work, and that starts an amazing chain reaction. All right, beloveds. I'm also going to encourage you, as I always do, to do something loving for yourself, do something kind for yourself, do something compassionate for yourself, whatever that looks like. Whatever that looks like. Be it take a moment for yourself. Take a moment for yourself to rest, or to go and do, or to try something new, or to try a new way of doing something that you already know how to do. You deserve your own loving, kind compassion. You absolutely do. And it is important that you treat yourself like the beloved child that you are. If you don't treat yourself that way, nobody else will either. So it starts with you. It starts with you. Know who you are. Act like that. Treat yourself that way. Treat yourself with love, with kindness, with compassion. Treat others with love, kindness, and compassion. Know that you are valuable. Know that you are loved. And know that it's not that you're needed here. It's that you're wanted here. Spirit has a purpose for you. And that purpose is to be who you are. All right. I'm going to move into the process of my day. I'm going to encourage you to do something to engage your mind and your body today, whatever that looks like. I'm going to encourage you to drink plenty of water. The sun's kind of hit or miss today. I don't know. I can't encourage you to go get a face full of sun if there is no sun. But spend some time in some gentle warmth. And open the windows of your soul. Allow the breath of heaven to remind you do live in heaven right here, right now. Always and forever. And then hang on with us, because we are going to have an amazing service for you at 11. And then we will have the memorial, and that will not be on Facebook Live. That will be on Zoom, and it's not going to be public, so if you're catching this before 2 p.m. on October 3rd, you can email the info@creativelife.org for the Zoom link. And we are going to celebrate two amazing people. And Danielle will be amazing. So check her out. And I will have her up on YouTube. I can't promise that I'll get her up today. Depends on what my access to Wi-Fi is going to be. But I will have it up. If not, if I can't get it up today, then I'll make sure that I get it up tomorrow. I'll make sure that I have some time. All right, beloveds. Take care of yourself. Have a good day, a great day, an amazing day, a fantastic day, a wonderful day, a good day. And if that is too much pressure, simply have a day. Simply have a day. But know that you're loved. Know that you are loved. You are loved by a spirit that can do nothing else but love you. That spirit created you from itself. So, everything that it is, you have access to. All right? Take care of yourself, and I will see you tomorrow. I just don't know when. I know where, I just don't know when. So, I will be coming to you from Kentucky. All right? Okay, beloveds. I'll see you shortly. And you can always check us out on the social medias. Creative Life Spiritual Center on Facebook and YouTube. Creative Life Spark on YouTube, or on Instagram and TikTok. And I am the Running Rev Ryan on 3 of the platforms. I'm not on TikTok yet. Give me a minute. Which means maybe December or January. I'll look at it. All right? Know that you're loved.